Hi everyone. I've got the MBIL challenge of following Bill and innovation. I know, given this morning overran a bit, I'll keep this as short as I can. Jamie had given us the opportunity, Monster the opportunity, to really engage with everybody today and provide the opportunity to open conversation. I think the important piece from Monster's perspective today as the sponsor of the event is not to be here to deliver that sales pitch, but to be here and involved in conversation. I thought it was quite funny when I got the invite a couple of weeks back from Jamie to deliver a session, and he gave me the brief of, we wanted to just come and give Monster's perspective on recruitment, but not as you know it. Well, I thought, Jamie, the day's about innovation, but using a title from a presentation that we built together 13 years ago. And I don't think Jamie will mind me sharing with you that 12, 13 years ago, I had Jamie as an ambitious, creative a creative, ambitious sales rep that represented regional press and recruitment solutions within regional press. And Jamie sort of came to me one day and said, Kevin, I've got this fantastic idea. We really need to go out to all of our ad directors. We really need to go out to all of our editors across the country. Now, we have 140 titles. His ambition definitely outweighed ability, but the concept he came up with was, I want to go out to the editors and the ad directors and tell them that we need to help them deliver more revenue and take the opportunity of the local newspaper to the market, but not as they know it. So we're going to take recruitment adverts and we're going to put them in business pages. It's a great idea. We're going to make exec recruitment out of SITSVAF and into business pages. And Kevin, I've got an even better idea. We're going to take recruitment into the births, marriages and death page. It's the most visited page within the newspaper. We're going to be really, really creative. We're going to recruit midwives within this page. And we're going to recruit...
It was genius at the time.
We're going to recruit wannabe funeral directors. I wouldn't share with you the next slide he had within his slide deck for the editors where he said, you know what, give birth to a new career, that's the pun, or stuck in a dead-end job, it didn't really go down well. But, you know, I think
was a pioneer.
The message behind this is... The message behind this is that, you know, Monster as a part of the industry, and Monster as a part of the communication amongst everybody, we've got to be a part of that, and we've got to utilise the resource that we have, and we've got to utilise some of the intelligence that we have and some of the ability that we have to be a partner with those clients that work with us and those candidates that talk with us. I think everybody will be aware of candidates are being more creative in the way that they're approaching employers. And employers, more importantly, are being more creative and thought-provoking in the way that they're wanting to engage. And I think that's important, it's pivotal. We're not reinventing the wheel. I've said to so many people already today that recruitment is the lifeblood of an organisation. Admittedly, it's not given the credibility it should be with some organisations. And Grant and I spoke a couple of days ago about some of the work that he's done with his team and within his business that really is raising the profile of the recruitment team and the ability to attract the right talent through. But if candidates are doing a lot of hard work in terms of improving their profile to employers that we all see, that we all read about, then as an industry, we've almost got to take ownership, and we've got to help others that we work with within our organisations to take ownership. So often we get tasked with the challenges of reducing time to hire. So often we're asked to reduce cost to hire. Let's increase internal mobility. They're all really valid points. But we need true stakeholder engagement to help us utilise the tools that we have. Now, whether that be increasing focus on direct sourcing, or whether it be increasing the talent that we have within the business through our own referral networks, through the refinement of the PSL agencies that want to work with us. There are many credible sources to get to the end goal, and that is about making a business more structured and more agile in today's world. I think, and Bill's, from everything that I've seen at True London before and everything that I've read within the marketplace, we should, as an industry, be celebrating some of the innovations that go on, whether that be Mars with their tweet shop in attracting more graduates to connect and engage with what is an incredible brand, but they still rely on how they can really connect and engage with the educated graduates that are coming through in a way that is generating something quite powerful. Or whether it be through the good old traditional print ad where, I don't know if any of you have seen it, majority of you might have, but there was a tattoo artist in Turkey who, rather than print a traditional recruitment advert, asked one of the applicants to fill out the QR code. Sleight of hand, skill, attention to detail. If they complete it correctly, they'll be exposed to the application for really clever, thought-provoking initiatives that, again, as an industry, we really should be embracing. Now, most people are familiar with Monster and their core products. Most people at some point have considered working with Monster, have tried, have tested, or continue to utilise the portfolio. I think the two projects that I'm not going into too much depth that I just wanted to share were Monster had the ability to work with employers that work within competitive markets, and Marussia, the Formula One team. Their challenge is to get that candidate that can help that car get around that track in 100th of a second quicker. Now that's right the way across the business, from their corporate functions to the engineers on the site. Now the challenge they have are engineers coming from, or applicants coming out of university with their engineering degree that have an aspiration to work within the Formula One industry in the marketplace. Are more likely to go to McLaren, or they're more likely to go to Ferrari than Marussia. As a small business, 400 global headcount, they were challenged in really identifying and attracting that true talent through. And we've worked with them with a blank sheet of paper in the outset and really try and identify, well, how can we help you with your employer brand? How can we almost help you to become an employer of choice within what is a challenging market for you? Now, the toolkit within the Monster portfolio allows us to really extend the message out in a way that most people are not familiar with. Now, I think, as I said from the outset, it's not for me to, my objective today is not to go into too much detail there. The Australian Tourist Board is another example where they've created a brand or a theme for the best jobs in the world. They have 6 roles at this moment in time that they're really trying to create some brand exposure to attract candidate flow through. So Monster have worked with Australian Tourist Board in recent weeks and months to build a microsite and a strategy to drive talent through to that. And that goes beyond there across both Marussia and the Australian Tourist Board, but the tools that underpin that. So yes, we've got the job board, yes, we've got the CV database, but the technology that Monster have spent hundreds of millions over the last 5 years in developing have helped the 2 organisations we've shown on the chart there, have helped our client base hopefully identify that talent quicker, efficient, and with cost saving. Now, for us, being involved this afternoon in the round table debate is important. The ability to listen and to learn and to take that back into our business and ignite conversations further down the line is why we're here. And that's it from me. I'm looking forward to the rest of the afternoon and hand over to Grant.
Thank you very much, Kev.